Kanye motherfucking West. Hey man, I know everybody is on a bash Kanye party right now, and perfectly understandably so. But my take on the situation, Kanye West is just lost. He's lost. He's gotten wrapped up in whatever shit he's gotten wrapped up in, and he's so deep into that bullshit that he has truly lost himself. He has truly lost sight of who he is, where he comes from, all of that. I mean, if you really just pay attention to it, see, if you really have followed Kanye West throughout his whole career, you'll understand that the Kanye who he was initially and the Kanye we see today, two totally different galaxies from each other. I mean, anyone, like I said, who pays attention to his music knows that he's a socially aware gentleman, that he is a socially concerned gentleman, normally, who he normally is. But this guy today has obviously lost his way. And once again, like I said, if you pay attention to his career, at least myself, I noticed a drastic change in him altogether, from the way that he behaves to the way that he speaks to even his music once his mother died. Once that man lost his mother, he became somebody totally different, and it's only gotten worse since then. Now, certain things about him have always been the same. He's always been outspoken. He's always been the type of guy to put his foot in his mouth and say certain things impulsively, but the impulse is on steroids in 2018, and it's only gotten worse, like I said, progressively since his mother died. Now he's just to the point where he's just somebody else. Like the whole statement of the 400 years of slavery being a choice. What you got to understand is, this is just my take. Of course, I can't speak for another grown man, but this is just my observation. I don't believe Kanye sincerely believes that. I don't even believe he thought before he said it. I think he just allows his mouth to run, and his brain just kind of like kicks it on the sideline, like, boy, that motherfucking mouth stupid than a motherfucker, boy. That motherfucker just be going. I'm over here, man. You can use me whenever you feel like it, man. I'll give you something better to say. But if you just want to run without using me, then shit, go ahead and do that shit. That's really the type of situation that's going on with Kanye. His mouth and his mind are at a conflict with each other. They don't fuck with each other. I don't know why they got into it. I don't know when they got into it. But his mind and his mouth, they don't fuck with each other. And what should be considered is, okay, see, this is the problem that most of us have when we look at celebrities and we look at famous people. We just think that they're supposed to be great in every aspect, and you got to keep in mind and be realistic that at the end of the day, he's just a man, just like myself, just like anybody else. He's just a guy who just so happens to be extremely talented and extremely brilliant musically. He's a brilliant motherfucker when it comes to music, but anything outside of that, when it comes to speaking anyway, speaking just ain't his thing. So he's not somebody whose statements you should follow, and he's not somebody that you should look at as a role model as far as communication goes. Musically, yeah, he's somebody that you can look at as a role model, but that's where it stops. Obviously, he's not a motherfucker that we supposed to be listening to what he say. I mean, just look at him over the years. He always says dumb shit out his mouth. And the extreme dumb shit that he said out of his mouth lately, like I said, I don't even believe he sincerely believes the shit that he says. He just runs his mouth. Even the interview with T.I. on the Breakfast Club, when T.I. said that he spoke to him and basically let him know, like, hey, man, your fans, they support you and they believe in you. And while that's going on, you turn around and support the person who's against them. Speaking of Donald Trump. And you're hurting your fans when you do that. And what T.I. said Kanye's response was like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. I didn't want to do that, man. Like, that wasn't what I wanted to do. And then Charlamagne responded to T.I. by saying, yeah, I don't want to speak too much on it, but Kanye called me and he was like, man, T.I. said I'm hurting people, man. Am I hurting people? Like, just pay attention. He's not himself right now. He's not of sound mind right now. He's nowhere near his right mind. He's lost. He's completely lost. I mean, like I said, once again, if you paid attention to him from the beginning of his career up to this point, there's just been a lot of changes. Mainly, the most drastic change took place when his mother died. It was just like night and day. It just did a complete 180. He's somebody totally different now. But you know, he had youth programs in Chicago to help with the educational system with underprivileged youths in Chicago. You know, so it's not like he's somebody who just forgot that, or not even forgot, because he has obviously forgot, but it's not like he's somebody who just never was of concern when it comes to black people and the shit that we've been through. It's not like he's just always been this dude that's not socially aware. If you look at who he was in the beginning, you'll understand that he's just lost. He don't really believe that. I mean, this man made Jesus walks. And if you just think about some of his bars, racism still alive, they just be concealing it. Like, you know that this shit that he's saying right now, it's not coming from the right place. And like I said, his mouth is like this, and then his mind is like this. And they just at odds with each other. And why, I don't know. But the bottom line is Kanye West is lost. And I know everybody gonna bash him, everybody gonna roast. He probably needs to be roasted. You dig? But I wouldn't say to condemn him, and still don't lose sight of the fact that he's one of us, man. The boy is family. He just like that little stupid ass cousin that's acting out right now. You know, put him in the corner, let him cool off. Don't kick him out the family. You know what I mean? But just when he gets to acting out, don't even pay his ass no mind. You know what I mean? Imagine us being like at a family reunion and motherfuckers is playing dominoes and cards and listening to music and dancing and barbecuing and carrying on. And you got this badass cousin that's just like showing out for attention. You know, everybody just gonna play him to the left. You know, make his ass go stand in the corner, cool off, and we gonna keep doing what we doing. You dig? And yeah, like I said, the roasting might need to take place because that's a form of tough love. But, you know, still consider it in love. Still do it in love. You dig? Because the boy, that's really what he need. He needs some love right now. You dig? And I I really hope that he's just full of shit when he's saying that he got liposuction, because if he really did get liposuction, that just reaffirms what I'm saying as far as him being lost. If that boy really went and got some liposuction, he really needs some help. You dig? He need to go listen to Jesus Walks again and go listen to his first album again and get back on track or something, because boy, I just say pray for Kanye. But anyway, that's my take on the situation. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I am the God Anointed Gentleman, Game Appointed Gentleman. Freeze is it. I holla.